Career Vision Plus is about recognising that talent is everywhere, but opportunities are not. Career Vision Plus supports students who might not have the same access to networks, opportunities, or insider knowledge that shapes career paths. Because the truth is, getting into graduate roles isn't just about how capable you are. It's also about what you've been exposed to, who you've met, and how confident you feel putting yourself forward, and not everyone starts from the same place. It's about turning those hidden barriers into something more like stepping stones through coaching, workshops, and real chances to connect with employers and build experience over time. This year, we've worked with over 150 students with over 500 engagements across different activities. So it's not just a one-off thing, it's consistent support. Another huge part of Career Vision Plus is the Career Vision Club, our community of underrepresented students who can connect at our live events and discover all of the brilliant opportunities available to them via the Career Vision Plus online community. Career Vision Plus also has real-world opportunities through ring-fenced internships exclusive to Career Vision Club members. And what's really powerful is the shift we're seeing. Students are building confidence, growing their networks and getting much clearer about where they're heading. There's been over a 58 percentage point increase in students saying that their career plan feels sorted. So it's not just about getting a job at the end of university, it's about students starting to feel more confident and like they actually belong in these spaces. And with that, let's hear from our brilliant students who have lived experience of all of the issues around being underrepresented in university as they look towards further study and the graduate labour market. We may also hear from some graduates who have progressed from Career Vision Plus and university and see what they're up to, as well as some key figures who have your back at the University of Southampton and beyond.
My name is Dia and I study philosophy and history and I'm currently in second year. What about you guys? What's your names and what do you do?
My name's Evan, I studied economics. I'm graduating now, so I'm the oldest one here.
My name's Tisha, I'm a first year biomedical engineer. So,
yeah. We thought we'd do something interesting to break the barrier here between three people. We looked at each other's CVs and we thought, well, what's interesting about each other's CVs? So, do you want to go around?
Yeah, I made yours first, Dia, and you did a pharmacy work experience. Yeah. Which obviously has nothing related to do to your course.
So I was looking into pharmacy before coming into uni, but I realised it wasn't for me. So I tried it out and it wasn't really for me. So then I started looking at philosophy and history.
Very valid.
Yeah.
Got that experience on your belt there.
Yeah, and it was nice to try something out and then realise it wasn't for me rather than just doing a degree over something I wouldn't really like to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then I looked at yours, Aidan, and I saw that you did work experience for St. John's Ambulance as first aider.
Yeah.
And that's nothing related to finance.
No,
I found that really interesting.
Yeah. Nothing related to finance at all.
How was that?
Saving lives instead. It's just,
not the stock market.
No, it was just not the stock market, definitely. No, that was
intense.
That was 4 years, but it was an internship, so it's more like it was like a volunteering thing. So I could have gone down the CCF, the army or the RAF route, but then ended up wearing a green uniform at St. John Ambulance. But no, it's interesting. But I think I learned a lot still. I think whenever I actually did interviews, even though I had probably more relevant finance experiences, I think at one of the interviews, I think they're like, when do you deal with pressure? And I just mentioned I was saving lives at St. John Ambulance. So that's a pretty good pressure situation. They can't really say anything.
I think they were surprised by that.
Yeah, they'll be surprised.
It works every time.
Yeah, exactly. And then of course for you, when I read your CV, you're the youngest here, but you said you do mentoring. So that's I don't feel qualified to do mentoring, but you clearly have the talent.
Yeah, man. I talked to year 10s and year 12s to help them with their UCAS applications.
Yeah.
Aiming for the top. Because I think with UCAS, I did get 4 out of 5 offers, especially at the
solid.
So, kind of, I'm qualified in that respect.
To be 4 out of 5.
That's good.
Yeah, and so I think it's also better for them to hear it from a person who's just been going through it rather than someone older who's yapping at them. So.
Shade hours.
Oh, no, she did.
But it shows experience doesn't come with age. It's probably actually like the quality of your experience.
Oh, 100%.
So
And I think that's one thing we're definitely going to go into today, about the fact that your experience definitely uplifts you, your portfolio as a person. Definitely not with age at all. It's with what you've done.
yeah, for sure.
Okay, so as this is a brand new podcast, guys, we don't really have a slogan selected yet, and I was hoping to leave that up to you guys. So I've spoken about the key aims of this podcast, and according to that, what do you think would be a really good slogan to match this podcast?
Yeah. So the slogan needs to match whatever we're talking about, really.
We could say something about talent. What about talent is everywhere, opportunity isn't?
Yeah, that's great. And why would you want to do that?
I mean, because everyone does have a skill, in some respective, like a talent, but like they don't have the places or the opportunity to actually show their skills and talents. And I think that's what we're going to get into today, the barriers to getting those opportunities to showing your talents.
Yeah, essentially the barriers people face whilst trying to find opportunities, and even whilst they're in like a really good opportunity, like an internship or like a graduate job, like the barriers they face
to
during
get
that.
those,
Yeah.
We definitely did not think of that before.
We didn't.
Yeah.
It's calm.
Yeah.
We just thought of that right now.
Yeah.
So as podcasters, what's been some of the barriers you guys have faced during your career journeys?
Do you want to start?
You're the mentor, no? You're the one that mentors.
Me personally, it's been financial constraints. So you can see that in traveling to these events, for example. Train tickets are not cheap. And sometimes it's hard as well to get the right kit, because, like outfits as well, you got to get the quarter zips, and you got to get... So I think in terms of the financial constraints, that's been one of the barriers for me, and also my health. So I can't really... it's just sometimes a lot, and fatigue and other stuff as well. So trying to keep it as low-key as possible, but also getting into these spaces, that's what I found a bit difficult. Yeah.
That's actually a really key one. And not everyone speaks about that financial barrier.
100%. And the thing is, with the financial barriers, it's hard to find the help, because there's help out there, but it's hard to find the help. And secondly, people don't want to get the help because it's a bit embarrassing.
Yeah, people they're a bit embarrassed by it, or they don't want to be put in the system because of that. So they tend to defer from it. But I think if that is something that people do need, there's so many opportunities. There's opportunities available for university students. There's opportunities available for the government. So I do think it's a great thing to do.
100%.
Yeah. For me, it'd probably be, probably reflecting on my personal experience and the people around me. That's probably who I can actually really speak for. Is probably there is a lot of stigma in the sense of going out and asking for help. I think definitely in South Asian communities, there's this. I think they probably see it quite in a linear fashion. Just put more effort in and you'll get the reward. But I think you can multiply your rewards if you ask more and more people and really get into the habit of asking for help. But I think that I think do you find that where asking for help is probably not looked down upon, but it's probably not the first option, is it? It's not the first option, is it?
Yeah, I think the first option is to
do it yourself.
Put as much pressure on yourself as possible.
Exactly.
But it's not the easiest. It's really hard to work around finances. People do 3-4 jobs, and it really reduces the quality of your life. So it's not I think, especially in ethnic minorities, the first thing people would want to do, the first thing you're even told by your parents is do it yourself, figure it out. But there are opportunities out there. So I do think asking for help is one of the biggest things to do.
Definitely.
I think with help as well, it's not a case of, I think we need to, you guys are right in terms of the stigma. And I think the main thing that needs to happen is the embarrassment around it needs to go away. Asking for help is no way in anything bad, or you're not jumping ahead. I used to think for asking for help was I was gaining an advantage compared to other people. But the way someone else told me about the way someone else framed it was that the fact that you're asking for help means you're disadvantaged in some way. And by asking for help, you're just leveling that playing field.
Yeah.
And if we reframe our minds in that way, when we're asking for help, it's just that we just need that extra boost. You know, everyone else has got that boost already, but like we just need that extra boost. And it's not any way bad. But the question is, where do we find the help? Because I think that's something else that people struggle with.
I think I'm a bit older, so I was applying for graduate schemes or graduate jobs, and you hear this buzzword of networking. But what is networking? People say, you hear networking, coffee chats, etc., etc. So imposing, this is what you should do. You should network onto like cultures that look like you don't want to be begging for help or asking for help is probably quite difficult. So having programs or somewhere like, how do you actually network? How do you actually build meaningful relationships where you can actually ask for a help, maybe a referral, or even just simple advice? That is probably like overcoming that barrier on how to actually network is actually probably really important.
Fair enough. I think with networking, the way I see it is networking doesn't have to be those formal events.
Yes, exactly.
Like your network is the amount of people you know, the people that you can reach out to and talk to and connect with on a different level to each person. That will make up your network. Because with a network is, I may know this person on a stronger level.
Yeah.
They may have these skills, for example, but I may know someone else on more surface type level, but I can still possibly, if I see them, I'll be able to have a conversation with them and connect to them on a different level. So if we, again, reshape and refrain our minds from thinking that networking has to be these formal events.
Exactly.
LinkedIn and all of that type of stuff.
LinkedIn.
You've got a network in your friends and family and people around you. That is your network. So if you think of it like that, it makes it really good.
So being part of CVP, has that helped with your networking skills, and like, have you met different people from like the same industry you want to go into or anything like that?
So I the way I look at networking, or even just create connections, I try not to just look for people in my field. I feel like there's such a wealth of experience in the diversity in CVP, and the funny thing with finance, I don't know, I'd know less about your fields, is that anyone can really apply to a lot of finance jobs. So it's not necessarily I'll only talk to economics or finance or accounting students. It's actually, I can talk to the bio students, I can talk to law students, philosophy students, and they all have like a different outlook. And I think more and more employers are seeing those, you hear those transferable skills, because they want different mindsets. They don't want the same person coming into work, at every desk in the office.
Yeah, they don't want the same person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think when you are meeting someone for the first time, I think one of the best things you can do is, have the mindset that I'm trying to develop a connection with that person, rather than the fact that, I'm just networking to try and get there. No, I think the best thing to do, just human interaction. Try and connect with that person on a human level. And then once you connect with them on that human level, that's when you do unlock the skill level, the networking level.
The benefits. The benefits, yeah.
And once you do change your mindset in that way, anyone you meet becomes a networking event session.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So human interaction. I think if we take things away from just networking, careers and all of that, and just make it life, I think that's how you really unlock the benefits of the networking part.
Yeah. I had it's probably going a bit off stray, but they told me I could go off stray in this podcast. So I didn't drink, but I'm not Muslim, but I've seen Muslim friends. And in finance and in corporate, there is a lot of you guys would have heard drinking culture, so pub culture. Mm-hmm. So that is was it a barrier? I guess it could be seen as a barrier. You go into those drink socials, and of course you don't have to drink. They're not going to force you to drink, but they probably feel a bit left out. There is a lack of sense of belonging,
Yeah, not just in I think graduate roles. I think that's also at uni. Like, drinking culture is really big. Like any society you're trying to take a part of, there are weekly club nights, there are weekly pub calls. But like, how many times do they do something where it's just a games night where nobody's drinking?
Exactly.
Not very often.
So yeah, and I think with that one, it's just knowing your limits. And like knowing what you can do or not do. And then you will find the people who also have similar limits. So you can connect with someone maybe in the same space who doesn't drink. Before you know it, that's what you guys can relate to.
Yeah, and even if like, because I don't drink, but a lot of my friends drink. Even if you go out with your friends and like you're not drinking, you're like just have people you feel comfortable around. Like you don't feel pressured to match what they want to do.
You match their shots, yeah.
Don't match their shots. Have like a mocktail or like just have a good time.
Like Pepsi,
Yeah.
A question for you guys though: have you guys ever felt imposter syndrome when it comes to careers and all of stuff like this?
What do you think, Dio? Do you have it?
Not really. What about you?
So I definitely, for me, I don't know why I'm talking like an uncle, but it's definitely changed. I wouldn't say imposter syndrome because I think I do back myself, but I think one of the best advices I've heard is you really do need to feel like you belong in any room. They're just humans, you know. I think that's how I approached a lot of my director or partner level. That's how we work in our recruitment process. In the director or partner level, I think the people that go to those interviews and feel, well, there's a director or it's a partner, you know, it's a really high position in the firm. But at the end of the day, they are just human. You have to start seeing it like that. And then I think you perform a lot better. And it's like how you said, like have a real meaningful connection instead of seeing defining people for their industry or a boss or something like that.
No.
I think that's what people appreciate. They want to be seen for a human rather than...
You don't want to be seen like someone that has done everything under the sun. Like,
exactly.
They want to see you for your personality. And I think even in interviews, like there's people that grow, like it's good to be prepared, right? But it's different to have a whole script of every single experience you've done and everything.
100%.
Like, they want to see your personality. They want to see the type of person you are and how you can just genuinely speak and hold a conversation.
Exactly, 100%.
Because one thing I've done in the last few years is, again, the mindset you just said of what's it called, believing that you belong in every room.
Yeah.
Once you have that mindset, you are able to apply for every opportunity.
Exactly.
And really feel that you can get it. Because one thing is to apply, and you know, I'm just applying for applying's sake.
Yeah.
But one thing is to really think, you know, I can get into this room and actually make an impact. And that will allow you to apply to more opportunities. Again, applying to more opportunities leads to more, you know, opportunities.
Exactly.
So I think again the best thing of all of this stuff is just mindset. I keep coming to mindset.
Mindset.
The mindset is actually really important because career coach. Should I get into it?
Yeah. I think individuality is where that's what separates you.
Yeah.
Big name internships or like. Of course, student societies are great. You know, you have fun and it's a responsibility.
Yeah.
But we read our CVs and it's something that is totally different, which catches our eye. You know, that is probably they go like, oh, that's interesting. I remember my CV looked pretty stacked, and then in the interview they were like, oh, you do swimming. And I was like, what's swimming to do with? No, it was actually singing. It was singing. And can you believe this is a director at a firm, and he's kind of like, oh, you sing? I thought he was going to make me sing at the interview. I was like,
sing though?
Wow, ages ago. Yeah, not as much now.
Yeah, but I mean, still some experience.
Yeah, but the fact that he's not even related, but he was just looking at something that he could. He said his partner sings or something like that.
Again, on the human level.
Exactly, human level. So that it shows it's much more important.
100%.
Activities have you guys participated in and how have they benefited you guys in your career journeys?
This is Touche's expertise. He's part of everything.
Everything in the university.
Exactly, yeah.
With the university, I was part of AGP. So that's the Awarding Gap project. And that's a project that looks to improve Black student experience within university. And they do this in multiple different ways. So we have a curriculum work stream where they look to converse with the professors and like the higher ups to improve the curriculum for Black students. We also have well-being, we have outreach, and the big one is the podcast. And with this, we have a podcast called Bridging the Gap. And we talk on a range of different topics that we think relate to Black students a lot. So, for example, health within Black people, Black success. Because we thought that one thing that happens with Black students is that you always think of the bad stuff, not the good stuff. So we did a whole episode focusing on that. But the point is that with this project, I've been able to get involved with, obviously, podcasting. I've been able to get involved with speaking, public speaking, because we had a big event, which was AGPX.
Oh, yeah.
So a TED Talk type.
TEDx.
Yeah, something like that. And so where some of us were able to present, just an idea or a theory or a philosophy that we wanted to push through to the wider. But the amount of experience that's brought forth, one is representation. I feel like as a Black student, I've been able to represent Black students across university, really get our voices heard through the university. But the second thing is the skills, like public speaking, professional communication, all of that. And I think, and also money, they pay decent money. But like, I think the point here is that you can get involved with a lot of things in university that will upskill you and still pay you so a decent amount of money.
What's probably the biggest misconception that you've faced?
As a Black student?
Yeah.
That, what's it called? I think the problem is there isn't a lot of us.
There isn't?
Yeah.
Still?
There still isn't a lot of us.
Yeah, I think people assume there's loads because the ACSs are so big.
No.
There aren't many.
No, there really isn't a lot of us. Like, I think there was a time during exam season, I was literally walking through campus and I thought to my head, let me count the amount of Black people I see.
Yeah.
Guys, I think it was like 3. And this is like exam season, like really, really decent.
Yeah.
Obviously, they may not have exams at that time. That's calm, but to see 3, only like 3 in like, I counted within 5 minutes, and I was walking through like the bus area.
That's the most packed area of campus.
Yeah. Well, people need to know that because I think a lot of people have this this idea that there's loads of Black projects or Black entries for us because there is barely any of you in it anyway, isn't there?
And that's incorrect. That's the thing. And I think the one thing that I really wanted to change, or the mindset I was coming into uni was that wherever there is, I'm going to get involved in it because there isn't that much in the first place. And so that's why things like AGP is not really well known as well within us, even as Black students. So whenever I do tell someone about AGP, they're like, what's that? And it's like, these are spaces that actually look to try and improve
your quality of life.
Our quality, because the problem, I think, one of the biggest problems we face as well is professors and the higher ups who a lot of them are not like us at all.
Yeah.
They don't look like us.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've only had one Black professor.
Oh, really?
Lecturer. Yeah, and I've only seen one.
Oh.
He's the only one I've seen.
Do you think that makes a direct impact on you when you don't see people?
You don't think,
look like
I don't
you?
think, I would have think about it until I saw when I did have a Black lecturer.
But do you think that impacts like any Black people that want to go to university?
100%. Let's see someone, yeah, it does. I think it impacts the industry you're in because now I've only seen one Black person in that industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was in
biomedical engineering?
Biomedical
So
engineering.
he was teaching sensors, interfaces. So he's more the EEE side.
Oh, triple E one, yeah. Fine,
triple
fine.
E, so electronic and electrical engineering.
Yeah.
And so you see that now, you think, maybe can I get into these spaces? I've only seen one person there. This is mainly for white people or Asian. Do you know what I mean? So that's why we have projects like this to improve those spaces, to try and get more. So we bring speakers from different universities.
Okay.
We bring speakers who are in different industries
Yeah.
to come and talk, to come and inspire. It's mainly just inspire and see that, I can get into these spaces.
Yeah.
But if you're not in these spaces originally, if you don't feel you can get into these spaces, you're never going to see these things. So I think the biggest encouragement here is look for what's out there. Basically, how I found out AGP, we have a Black Freshers Guide.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so that was the first thing I saw to do with AGP. And I was like, this is really cool. Like, how did they make this and all of that?
Yeah.
And then again, during Freshers Week, I saw the email come through that, you guys want to be involved, just apply. Application process took like 20 minutes. 30 minutes before you know
And
you're
it was
in.
such a crucial part of your life, and it only took 20
I think
minutes.
if not for AGP, first year would have been very different. Very,
Yeah.
very different.
Do you ever feel this? So I've heard this before from someone else, and I disagreed with them. So they were like, don't apply for those so not DEI programs, but our equivalent in the UK. So diversity programs for a job. You want to go down the proper route and compete with everyone. So do you ever feel that imposter syndrome kicking back in?
No, and sorry, that was my mindset.
Yeah.
Before coming to uni.
Yeah. So this really we should talk about this.
100%. Yeah. So in year 12, I was still in the mindset of I'm basically like anyone else. My condition, my skin color, it barely affects my life. I can still live like a normal person. So why should I go through different processes or different routes?
Yeah.
And that was my mentality until I met that person who told me that you're living in the playing field. So that's when I started using things like I am the first person to go to university in my family, which is a big thing.
Yeah.
Like people don't think that's a big thing, but
it is because you don't have anybody like giving you experience.
Exactly.
You don't have
To
anyone
give you that
providing you
advice.
advice. Like even UCAS, like it's such a difficult process. And if you don't have a parent that's gone through it, an elder sibling that's gone through it, who's supposed to help you out?
the whole journey I was going through it with my parents. Like they were fascinated with the way it was going around and like but again, it's a big thing.
Yeah.
And then obviously using my health, which I thought was I didn't want to do it at all because I felt I was taking advantage of it. I was like, but again, these are things in place to help you.
To level the playing field. Yeah, because I think some people, they feel if they do, I don't know, achieve their dream internship, dream job, whatever, career, whatever it is, and they went through a diversity program, they feel that that it's less deserving.
100%.
But they don't realise that they are stacked up against a disadvantage in the first place.
Definitely.
Do you think inclusion has such the media or general population, do you think they have like a negative outlook? Why do you feel that, or do you think that's just me? They feel like...
No, I do think that they have a negative outlook. They look down on inclusion, right? They just think that it's an unfair opportunity to people who don't have the same circumstances. But I think, as you said, it's leveling the playing field. Like, not all people have the same. Not everyone's got the same cards, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like these opportunities are put in place so the people that don't have those cards are able to still participate in activities that other people are able to. And I think that's why inclusion should be looked upon rather than looked down on.
I think inclusion brings in a different scope for people.
Okay.
You know, because you are part of that inclusion, you have a different background. So that means you have a different story. That means you have a different perspective.
And not everyone's happy with that.
No.
Not everyone's happy with change.
And that's fine. Like, not everyone has to be happy, but if you're comfortable within yourself in that, then again, you deserve to be in that room. So if someone else in that room doesn't think you deserve to be in your room, the fact that you know you deserve to be in that room and you can provide a meaningful contribution, meaningful impact in that room, I think.
But you know what I think is key to deal with that is, so you said you met one lecturer, just a one lecturer. But I think those kind of people that have made it, they shouldn't just be, of course they should be lauded for their outstanding achievement, but they need to also talk about their struggles.
Yeah.
I think once people do make it, they talk about how they got this job and they've made it, but they don't talk about all those failures that they've met along the way.
100%.
And then most people, they're encountering failures, so they go like, oh, I can be that same person that reaches it in the end.
Because that's what I personally think success is. Success is the journey to the destination, rather than
it's
the destination.
It's not a straight road. It's
Exactly,
never a straight road.
Never
The
a
plan
straight
is always
road.
changing.
No. And I think as underrepresented people ourselves, we need to...
The failures need to be talked about.
Thank you.
Not
We need
just
to
the
say
success stories.
What has been difficult about our journey. And that's why opportunities like AGPX, the TED Talk that we had, basically I did talk in that event, and I talked about my journey to university, which was not a straight road at all, based on my health,
which most people's aren't.
And
People just don't talk about those.
But the impact that story had on the audience was, I couldn't believe it. It was amazing. They didn't know the complexity of what it takes, and basically my point was that so many people are going through so many different things. You just wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know. It's not written on anyone's face what they're doing.
What they're going through. But the fact that they're in those spaces, you just think, oh yeah, they're good. They're calm.
They're good. They've got...
Not at all. And so you're right about the story.
Yeah.
And so now someone who's heard that now, I've received testimonials of someone who's heard that now, they've been able to go out and give blood, for example.
Wow.
Some other people have been able to go out now and encourage their siblings that, keep going use these different routes.
Yeah.
Like to get yourself to that
Routes,
span.
Show the route,
Show the
not
route,
just the result.
Not just the result.
Not just the result. That's it.
Dropping gems.
We're dropping gems. We're dropping gems. 100%.
So we had a question written down. It's a bit wordy, but we'll break it down. So an issue is really framing. So it's about reasonable adjustments in particular. So reasonable adjustments, for anyone that doesn't know, it's where you can get extra time, breaks in maybe exams or assessment periods. So are reasonable adjustments, are they treated as a right that enables performance, or is it more seen as an inconvenience that a candidate has to justify?
I think I would say for me, it's definitely a right that increases performance. I do claim some reasonable adjustments, and I've been claiming them since the start of year 13, I think.
Yeah.
And I only started, I could have claimed them way before, but I didn't want to because of your...
Is it an inconvenience?
Yeah, because of the inconvenience. And honestly, it shouldn't be. It definitely isn't. If you qualify for it, you should definitely apply for it. The inconvenience part of it is actually just applying. And I'm just saying that you do have this condition. Most of it, I think what you have to do is you have to get some evidence, which could also be the inconvenience. But I think you should, again, think of it as doing it to improve your performance. Without the extra time, I would have been cooked in some of the exams. But and that's purely because it is there to help. So
do you think that like a lot of people don't claim it because they don't want to like embarrass themselves, or there's a certain stigma around it, or you can say that like they just don't want to let anybody else know about the like circumstances they go through?
that was definitely me, yeah. But again, as you mentioned before already, it's all about leveling the playing field. You shouldn't find it. It shouldn't be an embarrassment. It can definitely seem as an embarrassment, but I think the university now is more of where the people who do have extra time, they're just in the same room. So you're not with someone who doesn't, which make it seem like, oh, I'm staying behind because I didn't want, because I have this. All of you guys are in the same room. You guys all face, the same amount of time. So it doesn't make a big amount of change in that aspect. So I think the university makes it seem that it's not that much of a big deal at all.
Yeah.
Compared to where maybe you were.
I think when you're younger, the stakes are a lot higher, right? You just don't want to appear something out of the norm. You just want to kind of stick to, like, you want to fit in.
Just want to fit in at the end of the day.
So it's really important, don't you think, for that process, whether it's like applying for reasonable adjustments, to be, for me, I don't know, for me, it'd probably as quick as possible. Because I think the longer the process is, the more people will linger on their thoughts and go like, nah, I don't want to do this. There's more chance of them dropping out of that.
Yeah, I think once you realise that you're eligible for something, just go for it quickly.
Yeah.
Like, don't dwell on it too much, which is what I did as well. I dwelled on it a lot, stored it for a long time until someone said, what are you doing? Just do it, bro.
Just do it. But it's important that process that they give is very quick.
Yes, and it is. It really is just, I think it is just one...
I mean, it's just like...
A form?
Yeah.
Yeah, just a form you fill, get some evidence, and then you'll be able to have a chat with someone, and then you can fully tailor your adjustments to you. And
at the end of the day, like at the end of the day, it's there for you, right? Like it improves your chances.
Your performance.
And even though like you don't want other people to find out, at the end of the day, like it's going to get you somewhere and help you out.
Definitely.
And no one remembers if you took half an hour on exam 2 weeks later. Teaching students to cope with barriers, or are we actually removing the barriers itself?
That's a really good one. That's a very heavy one.
It's quite a deep topic, isn't it?
Yeah. I think it's a bit of both, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
you can't remove the barrier totally, can you?
You can't, because the condition someone is going through, it might be a lifelong condition.
Well. Systematic as well.
Yeah, I think that's the correct word, systematic. It's just the way, unfortunately, the way things are. But that's why there are things to help us, jump over the barriers.
Yeah.
There are things that help us break those barriers. The barriers are there because of the way society is, and I would love to be able to change society and the thoughts, but
one step at a time.
One step at a time.
Yeah, that's very true.
So yeah, I think we are teaching people to cope with the barriers.
Yeah.
Coping with the barriers is not a bad thing.
And I think you're like teaching people to accept the barriers. You're teaching people to accept themselves.
Yeah, exactly. And once you're able to understand the barriers, you're able to understand how you can break them and jump over them and, perform to your best of your abilities.
Yeah. You said financial barrier was your biggest barrier. Did you have any barriers, do you?
I think one of my biggest barriers was just like knowing about opportunities, because I was like the first person to go to uni in my family.
Yeah.
So I didn't have any like knowledge. And also like being in like my parents are immigrants, right? So they didn't know much about the systems of London. So then just like being here, I didn't have many relatives. Like all of my friends came from very different backgrounds. So they didn't they had some knowledge. So just like every single process was something I didn't know about before or had no knowledge about before. And I didn't have anyone to like kind of ask. So like, I think the one thing that really helped was kind of like putting myself out there, like asking for help. Like I asked a lot of help from my teachers or lecturers or like the people around me. Like I think university does career advisors and I got a mentor through that. So then she helped me a lot to just figure out opportunities and even like figure out where my headspace was at in regards to like just like what I want to do after uni, because I wasn't very sure. Like I like looked at a range of things, but because I didn't know any people in those like fields, I didn't know what that would entail.
Yeah.
So just speaking to people really helped.
That's really important.
I think university has a lot of places that can help you. It's got a lot of resources to help. And one of them you were talking about earlier was the advice center.
Oh yeah.
And like the power of that. And I think again, as you just said, getting to just go putting yourself out there and looking for help really is one of the best things you can do, because that's where again you're able to meet people and get the advice and seek help that you need actually.
Yeah, you think that like you're not able to do it, but like when you really get the advice, that kind of pushes you towards that, and like tailored advice as well, it really helps.
Yeah, what else I think is important? I think it's important the people that do end up winning or surviving or getting what they want, through whether it be in this case it's careers, that they help the next people instead of I hope most people they get the big job and they think they are unique and they're the only winners that can happen. But everyone can actually really get there as well.
100%, and that's why, for example, the mentorship thing I've been involved with, it's been so fruitful to see how it's impacting others, because it's one of those where I've gone through this journey and I know how difficult it was and I know what I had to do to get through it. Now it's I'm in a position where I can give you that advice, and like people are there willing to help, and the world seems quite mean, but
you think that like people don't care, but they do.
People actually do care. And like if you've genuinely gone out to someone and asked for help, they're going to be willing to help you. So I think the best thing here is just seek the help. There's a lot of help that can be given, a lot of advice.
Like it's hard to like speak up and ask for help, but I think it's harder not to ask for help.
Yeah, definitely.
Ask.
Say again, man. Episode is sponsored by the Careers Fair. So whether you're looking for a graduate job, searching for an internship, exploring career options, or simply wondering what's next after university, the Autumn Careers Fair 2026 is just for you. Join us at the Careers Fair on the 7th and 8th of October, where you can meet employers from a wide range of industries, discover opportunities, and get answers to your career questions. Or if you're studying engineering, physics, maths, computer science, or any related subject, don't miss the Engineering and Physical Sciences Fair on the 13th of October. Whether you have a clear career plan or no idea where to start, these fairs are your chance to connect with your employers and explore pathways and build confidence for your future. Find out more and book your place on MyCareer. By booking in advance, you will gain access to exclusive pre-event preparation materials to help you make the most of your time with employers. So once again, that's the Autumn Careers Fair 2026. The All Sectors Careers Fair is on the 7th and 8th of October. And with Engineering and Physical Sciences, their fair is on the 13th of October. So please book now on MyCareer and start the conversation that could shape your future.
So the scenarios discussed in this podcast are fictional student dilemmas designed to explore common themes. They're not based on real cases or identifiable individuals. So our first dilemma is Emily, and Emily is a second-year geography student. She has an upcoming interview for a summer internship taking place in a week's time, at the company office. She is feeling anxious as it's been a long time since her last job interview and she doesn't know what to expect. As a neurodiverse student, she is also wondering if she can ask for adjustments to the interview process, but she's afraid that this might hurt her chances of getting the job. What could Emily do, guys?
Well, I mean, we have just been talking about, asking for help and talking about adjustments, and it's not a bad thing at all. So I think Emily should definitely go and ask for the adjustments because that can definitely help her for the interview process. She shouldn't see it as a bad thing. I think the person telling her that it's gonna hurt her chances.
I mean, I think that's a natural thinking, right? Like anytime you can't do something, like as soon as you get like an interview, you want to do everything possible. Like you want to meet the time they set, you want to do everything.
Yeah.
And like asking for anything extra might feel like, okay, like, do they want someone who has a disability like this? But like we said before, like you don't have to use your disability as a weakness. Like it does make you unique. It does make you stand out, and you can use it as a strength.
Yeah. I think it's really important. This is where those groups, where neurodiverse groups that are set up in the uni, she can easily go to one of those people that are in their group and say, how was your experience? I'm sure they would encourage her to do the reasonable adjustments. But if there was no group like that set up in the uni, she would struggle to find people that have gone through shared lived experience.
Ran is a first-year electronic engineering student. She isn't enjoying uni very much so far as she hasn't had the chance to make many friends. This is also causing her grades to suffer. And none of her friends from secondary school are at Southampton Uni. She doesn't feel like she can relate to the students she's met so far as they have drastically different backgrounds than her. What could she do to improve her situation?
Society is just the easiest thing I can think of.
That was what I was thinking of immediately from the bat as well. Societies, yeah. I think she gets to meet a lot of different people through societies.
And not just one society. I feel like when people come to uni, they're like, oh, this one society, especially like a cultural one.
Yeah.
Like go beyond the
Do something
cultural
else.
societies, of course go to them, meet people from the same background, but there's so much other stuff. There's music, there's baking, there's sports, there's like so many other things to explore. So I think explore as many as you can. And at first it's a little bit like scary because you're just like, okay, all of these people, you might think these people have cliques, but the more you go, the more you find out about people and the more friendships you build.
She's in first year as well, so she's not even late for those kind of things.
And I think the second thing she can do, and the more a little bit easier one, is try and make friends with her classmates or course mates. With those ones, you're able to relate a lot more to your situation because, you're doing the same work, doing the same course work.
Like already there's something common to talk about.
Exactly, and that's an easy way to meet up, Do you want to do this coursework together? Do you want to do this problem sheet together? And then before you know it, let's go and get a snack or something. And before you know it, go and best the buds. So
That'll probably help her grades as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's something I definitely lead into in first year. Definitely got a best friend in my course, so we're able to do work together, and then we can hang out after.
Yeah.
She also said that the people she's met so far are from different backgrounds than her. So what do you think she could do to like maybe meet people that are going through similar situations, not the same, but like,
Societies.
There's so many societies. Chances are that you don't fit into society is very rare.
Yeah.
Because in the end, those people end up making their own society anyway.
So yeah, definitely a societies. Like you're gonna meet a lot of different people in the societies.
Yeah.
And some will all have a similar background to you, if not maybe not the same, but very similar.
Yeah, and I feel like at first you don't really know that because you don't like build bonds that are very deep. But the more you get to know people, the more you maybe realize that, oh, this person's got something I've gone through, or this person like can understand me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just making sure.
And that's a wrap, no?
Yeah, I'll see something. I was thinking. And that's a wrap from all of us. I want to thank Dia and Evan for joining us today and for their meaningful contributions. Thank you.
And T-shirts.
Yeah.
The mentor.
Anyone need mentoring advice?
Yeah,
you're too kind. Yeah, guys, I'm sorry. We want to thank you guys for listening. And if you need any more information, go to the Careers Vision Plus website where you find more information on different things that you need. Stay tuned for episode 2, and thank you once again.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Like, it's not always the societies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think I've lost my point.
Oh,
That's fine. We got editor. We got good editor.
Now I've lost the point as well. I had something
the
really
editor's
good.
got this.
Oh, no. It was a good
Just
point.
clap when you got it back in it.
Bye-bye.
Result. That's
Dropping
it.
gems.
We're dropping gems. We're dropping gems. 100%.
So, okay, I cut in, cut it out. Ran is a first-year electronic engineering student. She isn't enjoying university very much so far, as Ran has
She hasn't had the chance. I had it's probably going a bit off straight, but they told me I could go off straight in this podcast.